Hello, guys. We are back for day 9 of How to Gain Confidence in 30 Days. If you haven't checked out the previous 8 days, go back, check out those previous 8 days. We are covering how to learn yourself, know yourself, love yourself, and trust yourself. Each one is a step in a process that comes with other steps and processes. But if you have not, we've already went through learning yourself, and there are questions that you are going to want to ask yourself, and you're going to want to go through in a private setting for yourself and get some clarity in your mind of who you are, what you like, what you don't like, all the things in your life, what you don't like about your life, how you really think about yourself, see yourself. And you're going to answer all these different questions. You're going to dig deep inside and get a direct answer for yourself so that you may be able to have a better life and be able to express what it is that you like, what you would like in your life, how you would like to be treated, how you treat others, all those things. You'll get an understanding of that. And then we are on the second day of Know Yourself. So after learning yourself, you begin to be able to know yourself. You got to start to create habits and create thoughts and ideas around the person you see yourself as now after learning about yourself. And I put 30 days. It can take 30 days or, it can take longer. It's up to you on how you want to stretch out these processes and how you want to move forward in this journey. There's no wrong or right way to do it. It's always a journey. Life is a journey. And the things that we go through in life is also within themselves their own journey. And so we have to push and move forward to make sure that we are where we want to be. So with that being said, today we are talking about now understanding your ideas and your thoughts and your feelings. After you have went through all those processes of asking yourself the important questions, what do you like, what do you don't like, and all those things, you want to understand, really get a full understanding of how you think when you have ideas come into your brain. Like me, I can be a scatterbrain. I can be, and it's wild because I'm a very organized person, but I can be a scatterbrain. And that partially helps my brain to function. Like I will think about all my information and just let my mind just get filled up with it. And then I just jumble it all down on paper. Like literally, I just jumble it all down on written paper. And then I go back and I clean it up. But you have to understand how your brain works to get the best ability out of it. Like I said, that's one way that I work, but I've learned that sometimes I need to go into my brain to create something. I need to get it completely organized. I let all the thoughts rush in, let everything happen, go through the complete feeling of it all. And then I organize in my brain. And then I organize it on paper, or I may jot everything down, every jumbled thought on paper or in my journal or whatever. And then I let it get organized in my brain. So now today it's about just working on how you are working on getting to understand how you go about your ideas and your thoughts, how you deal with your feelings. If you understand that you need space so that your feelings may calm back down, you have to have an understanding of all that, because you need to be able to express that to other people that this is what it is. I need time to calm down. To me, it's like now when I get to a point, it's a book that I read, and it's an awesome book. And if you get a chance to read it, check it out. It's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And And one in that book, it talks about being proactive instead of reactive. And I was a very reactive person in life. And being reactive, you're reactive because you're not confident. You're not able to really trust and go off who you are. So anything that comes your way, you're going to immediately react to it, right? So what I would do, what I learned is you can't be reactive to everything, because it makes your energy, it makes your life, it makes everything go up and down, up and down, up and down, which stresses you out. So there's no way you can have great confidence in yourself being stressed out, right? So you learn to be proactive. You learn to find different ways and techniques to deal with the stress of everyday life, while understanding that just because someone else is stressed, you don't have to be stressed. Understand that just because someone else is down about themselves and they felt the need to put you down about something you're struggling with, you don't have to accept that. You can allow yourself to understand you're in a self-building phase. And though they may see your flaws, you see where you're heading. You see your future. You see your goal and your destination point. And so you have to be proactive in combating other people in life and also combating your own self. That's the biggest thing I have dealt with in building self-confidence, is that I sometimes was not able to battle myself. I could beat myself up worse than anybody else. I could do the smallest thing and get extremely frustrated, extremely lost in the thought of, this is who I am. And it really wasn't. It was just the fact of I had some old programming that didn't get changed. And so the result of that is that I was outputting my old programming without realizing that it's a progress in implementing new ideas, new thoughts, and feelings. When dealing, like I said, within 7 years, you're already set with a program. So when you learn something new, your conscious takes it in perfectly fine, but your subconscious, where 95% of your habits, your actions, your thoughts will come from without you even thinking about it, that's what you have to work on changing and reprogramming to help build up that self-confidence of who you really are. And a lot of people don't understand that part. You can do a lot of work on the outside on a conscious mind, but if your subconscious mind is not reprogrammed to accept who you see yourself as, you will always work on the old thought process and program of what you thought you were from previous experiences in life. So get to just understand yourself. And I would say, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on your hiccups. If you have hiccups, the whole point is to get to understand, what are your hiccups? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? You have to know these things about yourself. What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? What do you like? What do you don't like? What do you see about yourself? What do you don't see about yourself? Get really into it, like digging deep. You know how you be cooking and you got to get your hands in there and you got to get all that seasoning in there. That's what you got to do. You got to get in deep and get all that seasoning in your life. Okay. You got to get all that seasoning into your mind and your process, and understand that it's not just one little thing that helps with self-confidence. It's the small things that build to this big thing. It's the small little stones, it's the small little pebbles that help build up your self-confidence. Every day you complete something that you have set out to do, that builds your confidence. Every day you complete a small goal, your mind puts that in the file cabinet and says, okay, hey, we've achieved this, so we can do this. And each small little thing becomes bigger and bigger and bigger until you start setting and reaching bigger and bigger goals. But it all comes from building those little tiny pebbles to build that confidence in yourself. And that's just basically it. You just want to work on your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings. Understand yourself, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses. And if you don't have a journal, I encourage you to get a journal. I encourage you to get a journal and just start analyzing it and watching yourself. And I know it kind of sounds a little technical, but it's really important to really step outside of your body and look at yourself from the outside and just start watching the things you do. How do you respond to people? How do you respond to yourself? How do you think on different stresses that come up in your life? Say, just everything just piled on. How do you handle those things? And part of it is in gaining self-confidence, you're able to release all the issues that's on the outside of what's going on, because the inside is constantly being flourished by you uplifting yourself, by you being better to yourself. And that's really how self-confidence is being better to yourself, loving yourself, trusting yourself, using your own intuition and guidance and wisdom that God has placed on the inside of you. And you can do it. Anybody can do it. I'm living proof. Anybody can build their self-confidence up without a therapist, without a doctor, without pills, without this, without that. You can build your self-confidence up if you really want to build your self-confidence. There's nothing that can hold you back, that will hold you back, unless you allow it. So yeah, get started. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let nothing stop you from pushing, because you are gods and goddesses, and you are meant to expand in every shape or form. You're meant to take your talents and double them, triple them, quadruple them, and build a legacy for your family to continue to build upon. And it all starts with self-confidence. I know I went deep with that one, but hey, it all starts with self-confidence. Especially with being a mom, like, I understood building my self-confidence shows my daughters that they can build their self-confidence, that they can reach their dreams, that they can be great women, that they can be great goddesses, great divine beings of light like they're supposed to be. And they can spread a message of peace, of hope, of love. And they can do that from shining that from their inside to the outside. And like I said, if I can do it, and I had the lowest self-esteem, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's not hard. I don't want to say it's not hard. It's challenging. It's a challenge, which challenges are how you grow. If nothing is a challenge, how can you grow that muscle? How can you build muscle if it's not challenged, if it's not stressed, if it's not pulled? And fatigue is when a muscle grows. So in your fatigue, not necessarily saying you're going to be super tired, which sometimes you will, because growing needs that time of rest. And it needs that time where it has to push through that dirt, and it has to push through that shell of a seed, and it has to bloom, right? So yeah, you will have to do your work. It will be a little challenging, but the challenge is nothing compared to the reward, the greatness of how you feel on the inside about yourself, how confident you are, and how strong you are in knowing that you can do anything. That's the best feeling in the freaking world, knowing that you can do anything. I used to be so stressed out every day. I promise you, at one point in time, I thought I would, have a heart attack or something, and probably was on my way, because I really was so stressed, crying, just every little thing was a hiccup to me. And I mean, it was more than a hiccup. It was a tornado. Okay. So, and gaining confidence in myself, I'm able to calm myself and really look at the situation for what it is and come up with a solution, instead of being stuck in the stress and the clutter and the frustration of sometimes the smallest things. Gaining confidence helped me to relax my mind and say, hey, all right, we got this. Let's figure this out. Let's get it together, come up with a plan. If a plan needs to be came up with, and work it. and do our best to our ability. And when you do the best of your ability, the universe will meet you there. Okay, so if you haven't went back and checked out the previous 8 days, we are on day 9. If you haven't went back and checked out the previous 8 days, please do so. They are awesome videos, and I promise you will gain something from it. That is my goal, is for you to receive something out of every video I place out, because value is important. And that's really it, guys. Go back, check them out. If you know someone that could benefit from this, from how to gain self-confidence in 30 days, share it, so that they may be able to receive whatever it is they may need to just give them that little piece. I might not be the whole puzzle for you. I might just be a piece of the puzzle. So if I can help in any shape or form, man, I'm here to help. And with that being said, y'all be blessed, stay prosperous, always keep your mind on how you can better yourself, on how you can better your family, and just kill this shit, because life is meant to be lived and it is meant to be enjoyed. And no regrets means doing all of what you saw yourself doing with confidence and with love, and knowing that you can just push forward. So with that being said, y'all be blessed. I love you. Thank you for letting me to come into your phone or camera, whatever you're watching me from. And y'all just kill this shit, because it's meant to be the way it's meant to be. All right. Bye, y'all.